Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the cost of reloading. First off, most people start out, they need a press. For a press, I suggest either a single stage, or in this one is a turret. Just because they're easier to maintain, easier to learn, there's a little bit of a learning curve on this, and you definitely just don't want to jump right into a progressive. It took me a couple years before I was accustomed. I thought I knew enough to do a progressive. So I would suggest one of those two to begin with. Depending on who you want to buy it from or what brand you want, they're all about the same. I mean, you get a little bit more power and stuff with your rock chuckers. Your more expensive brands, you're going to have a little bit more strength in the press. There are certain things I can't do with the cheaper Lees that I can do with the rock chucker. There's just one or two cartridges. Mainly my big rifle cartridges are the only ones that I really have much of a problem, and a lot of that it has to do with the length of the bullet and the case. It's just too long to fit into this one. But you know, for .308 down, you know, when you get into your long cases like your 7mm, stuff like that, that's where I run into problems with it. Okay, the next thing you're going to need, of course, is brass. And if you're lucky enough, you can go out to the range and pick all you want. Or if you have to purchase it, it can cost anywhere from 3 cents for pistols up to, you know, 45, 50, 60 cents for rifle brass per piece. So you definitely, if you have an out or an in to get free brass, definitely do it. You know, from friends, from ranges, whatever, or even your own. Okay, your next purchase another product you're going to need, of course, is primers. And primers can be bought anywhere from 4 cents a piece down to 2.5 cents a piece. Buying in bulk, you're going to save money. And, you know, buying them 5,000, 10,000 at a time, you can get them for a little bit over 2 cents a piece. And you say, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but over thousands of rounds, there's quite a bit of difference. I mean, if there's a 2 cent difference in a primer, or let's go 1.5 cents difference. Let's say you're paying 4 cents a piece for them. If you buy them in bulk, you can get them for 2.5 cents. You're looking at over 10,000 rounds. You're looking at $150 difference. That's a lot of bullets. That's a lot of reloading stuff that you can save on right there. Same thing with powder. Powder comes in 1 pound. Usually you can find 8-pounders or whatever. They're usually a lot better priced. A 1 pound can cost you anywhere from $23 to $30, where an 8-pounder might cost you $150 for 8 pounds. So that brings your cost down to $20 a pound. 20 compared to 30, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. That's $10 per pound savings. That's a pretty good deal. And for bullets, you kind of need to depend on what you're going to do with your reloads. If you're just going to shoot at the range, you know, not really shoot animals, do anything, or do any hunting with them, you're going to want just a full metal jacket bullet. Usually the back end's open and the front's just all full, you know, it's full metal. It has no opening at the point. These can run anywhere from 7 to 8 cents a piece if bought in quantity. So there's your cost on the bullets. Now, if you want a hunting round, you might go with something like this, a ballistic tip. These run about 15, 16 cents a piece. Again, of course, you want to buy it in bulk. When you buy it in bulk, you're going to get a little bit better pricing. Another bullet, which is also a little less expensive than the ballistic, for hunting, would be a open tip or a hollow point bullet. These are made to open up and do as much damage internally as they possibly can, which helps the game die quicker with less pain. So that's kind of the beginnings of it. Of course, you've got dies you've got to buy. You can buy Lee dies. You can buy any brand of dies. All the dies seem to be just fine. Then you can get into your powder measures. You know, you can measure powder as cheap as an electronic scale. Something like this for, you know, these are about $20. You can get you into the powder measuring on up to $250, $300 for an electronic powder measure. You have automatic or volume powder measures, which are less expensive, that work just fine. So there's a lot to it. You know, your overall cost, if you really tried and really shopped around, you could probably get into the game for $300 or $400, including everything. You know, including your press, your brass, you know, 5,000 primers, a little bit of powder, your bullets. But the main deal with reloading is you need to buy in quantity. It saves you quite a bit of money. And, you know, on an overall load, you might look at a half price type deal on it. Like a 243 load, it'd be half of what your normal ammo would cost you. But you can also make it less recoil. You can make it more accurate. You can make it more recoil. You can do a lot of different things with reloading. So before you jump into it, you need to think about it. Think about your costs. Write it down. If there's anything I can help you with, please leave comments down below. And thank you and have a good day.